Welcome back. Here tuned into Bazaar Morning Call. Well, let's get our first management on the show. Transformers and Rectifiers India. The company reported a very solid showing in Q4. In fact, for the last year as well, they met their FY25 revenue guidance of around 2,000 crores. To talk in detail on what went on in their past quarter and what's the way ahead, we're joined by Mr. Mamtora, the Managing Director, as well as Mr. Rajora. Hi, gentlemen. Good morning. Thanks a lot for joining in and welcome to the show. Congratulations first. It's been a rocking show in the past year and the street has acknowledged that as well. Now, what's the way ahead, though? If I were to, try to ask for one improvement, it would be on the working capital days. So could you tell us what has been the improvement in FY25? In FY26, how do you see that pan out? And also, if you could help us out, the cash flow from, from operations, that's not caught up as much as your EBITDA or your top-line growth. Is there further scope for that to improve from year on? Because that's going to be the key matrix the street will track from year on. Please go ahead, sir.
Prashant, and thank you very much for acknowledging our efforts. Right. See, as far as working capital is concerned, in the last entire year, we have put up great efforts to improve the working capital. The first emphasis was to reduce the inventory turnover time, and second emphasis was to collect the money from the debtors as quickly as possible. And significantly, both the fronts, we have done tremendous job. Debtors has come down from 150 days to 114 days, as well as the inventory turnaround time, and inventory turnaround has gone to almost 10 times as compared to the 2.6 times compared to the last year. These two efforts are the most important efforts which has been yielding us the improvement in the inventory management. Working capital management. Secondly, cash flow is concerned from the operations. This year we have got around 156 crore rupees of cash flow from the operations, which is very significant, seeing the growth of the organization. And there are further scope of this, and we are basically expecting much higher cash flow from the operations in coming year.
Right. Thanks for that, Mr. Rajora. It's Nigel on this side. Prashant has a question. We're going to go to him in just a bit. Just to recap as well, what about the revenue guidance? You want to reiterate it for FY26? And margins all seem to be ahead of your time, right? Because earlier you were talking about 17% margins. You've already hit that mark. What can you guide for FY26 and 27?
So FY26, the revenue would be around 3,500 crores, and the profit should remain the same. We're still maintaining 15 to 16% profit in FY26.
Just to kind of press a little more on that point, and I want to bring the numbers up for our viewers' reference. Those are, of course, fourth quarter numbers. You did so well. I mean, the FY25 performance is fantastic. I think 53-54% top-line growth and margins, like Nigel said, they've already shot to 19% in the fourth quarter. What you just said is 3,500 crores of revenue in FY26. That, again, is going to be, I think, about a 70 to 75% kind of growth, which is phenomenal. What makes you so confident? You've spoken about getting into the HVDC segment. I don't know if that could be the next big kicker. Or is it just, just better implementation? So just give us some more color.
So we already have orders worth 5,132 crores, out of which is executable in the next 15 to 18 months. So we already have an order inflow outlook that we have in our hand. So doing 3,500 crores is not going to be very difficult this year.
Order intake you're expecting this year, FY26?
Yeah, FY26, 3,500 crores is not at all difficult at all.
Okay. Gentlemen, morning. Prashant here. Mr. Mamtora, in terms of orders, new orders, what is the visibility looking like?
So the orders that we have in hand, 5,132 crores, out of which 3,500 crores will be executed this year. And we are looking at a total order input of 8,000 crores on 31st March 2026.
So outstanding order book should be about 8,000 crores by the end of FY26 after executing 3,500 crores of orders.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. And just a quick bit, Mr. Mamtora, on how the export, what's the export share going to be? Give us a sense of how that is kind
We are
of
still
looking.
limiting ourselves to export of 10%. Mostly will be all developed countries where we already have our presence. So we are limiting ourselves still to 10% exports.
Okay.
This-
What is the capacity expansion, Mr. Mamtora, if you can give us a sense? And when will that be operational? Yeah.
By May 2025, our new capacity, which was earlier supposed to be operational in March 25, is going to be operational, which will add 15,000 MVA to our transformers for green hydrogen and renewables. We are adding another 22,000 MVA capacity at our Moria plant. So our total capacity expansion in the whole company would be around 55,000 MVA.
Okay. All right. All right, sir. Very quickly, we're running a little bit short on time. Just want to push on a couple of factors. The margin number you said, what should it be for this year? Earlier, you were talking about 17% going ahead. So EBITDA margins is what we're referring to. What should we be working with?
The EBITDA margin should remain into the levels what we achieved in this year.
Okay. All right. And that would be close to around 16.2% is as per our calculations on an average for the last year.
Yes. Between 16 to 17% is going to be the EBITDA margin.
Got it.
And we are trying to improvise on the operational efficiency, which will help us to increase our EBITDA as well as our PAT margin. And more emphasis on the fact that we should cross the 10% plus PAT in the year to come.
All right, just one more question. The receivables number has spiked up big time. I think the last count, I'm just looking at the numbers you'll have put out, it's around 337 crores that compares with 2 crores. Obviously you did much better as well. But any big delay on receivables, any worry on that front? Or do you think that, that will stabilize in the year to come?
Prashant, it's not jumped up. Basically, what we have done for the better understanding of people, we have bifurcated the receivables into two parts. The one portion of the receivables, which is the current receivables, which is immediately available for collection in next 1 to 2 months time. And second are the non-current receivables. Basically, these are the retention money which is lying on the utilities, which they give us after the completion of the projects. And project completion takes 6 to 8 months time. So this is basically to give the better understanding of about my receivable days and receivable periods. So this is how we have done it on that for the understanding of the first people.
All right.
There's no reason to worry is what you're telling us, right?
Receivables should be under control.
To give you a small sense about that, in every month we are receiving doing the receivables more than we are revenue. If you give a small sense, in the month of March itself, we have collected almost 385 crore rupees.
Okay.
Got it. Okay, all right, gentlemen. Appreciate you all joining in. It's been a good showing in the past year. You are guiding for better times ahead as well. We like to re-invite you all sometime in April or May and get an update in terms of how things are progressing. But for the time being, congratulations on a good showing, and we'll track all the numbers that you just gave us.